My name is S1lv3rDR3M, and I just saw some kick-ass magic.
Alright guys, the wait's over. I decided to release S1lv3rDR3M, my 3-coin vanish with Illusionist. This one coin trick has taken me really far in the magic world. This is one of the effects I'm known for more than anything right now. So sit back, grab 3 regular coins, and let's get started for S1lv3rDR3M. Pretty, right?
Yeah.
I need you to watch closely. This is kind of neat. I'm going to show you some magic with these coins. What we do is we actually take the first coin. If we squeeze the first coin, give it a squeeze, it disappears. Did you see it go?
Yeah.
You did? You got better eyesight than I do. So how many coins? 2. Now there's little hooks right here. If you take the first coin, you take it just like this, squeeze it. You have to make it invisible first. Sorry about that. There it is. And actually place it right there. It's alright, I can reach over and grab it too. It doesn't really matter. Right so can I borrow that one too? Get that third one back too. You're probably wondering how I do all this. Well, this is actually a dream. It doesn't exist. These coins aren't even real. Let me show you what I mean. If I take the first coin, place it in my hand, if I squeeze right there, watch. Like I said, the first coin really does disappear. Completely gone. I love the deer cotton headlights look. It's my favorite. It's crazy. Now, you didn't know that was going to happen, did you?
No.
So I kind of caught you guys off guard, correct? Not only will you hear him go this time, but believe it or not, you'll see it go as well. One coin left. Watch the last one. What's a magic word that you know, my man? What is it? Let's go. Any magic word. Watch. Here we go. Listen closely. Now you take the 2 halves, give them a squeeze. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a little magic for you. All 3 coins. You're going to blow it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
My name is S1lv3rDR3M, and this is my track, and I just saw some kick-ass magic.
Now, with all this stuff, do you know how all this stuff is done? Yeah. All the magic? It's a dream. So I put you in a deep hypnotic trance, and I make you think you're seeing things you're really not seeing. You're not buying this art. Let me prove it to you. Watch. If I take the first coin, watch it closely. Do not take your eyes off the first coin. As I place it into my hand, and I wave the other 2 over, it looks like that coin goes away, just like that.
It did.
It did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaving just 2 coins and only 2 coins. Now, I know that wasn't really fair because you didn't know what to look for, correct? And I didn't tell you ahead of time. So I tell you what, not only will you see the coin go, watch it closely, there's 2. Not only will you see the coin go, but you'll hear it go as well.
Yeah.
Leaving just 1. 1 coin left to go. Hold out your hand for me.
Oh,
we'll do this real slow, real slow. What's a magic word that you know?
You guys don't want to hear it?
No, probably not. Here we go. Here we go. Listen. That's 1 half, and that's 2 halves, and that's all 3 coins gone.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, here it is. S1lv3rDR3M. 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. You're in a dream right now. See, it looks like I have 3 coins, but I really don't. Because if I take these first 2 coins and wave it over the first one, something very strange begins to happen to that coin. It actually almost looks as if it disappears. And that leaves just 2 coins. Now, it's not really reality because it's a dream, but it looks like I only have 2 coins. I know that wasn't really fair because you didn't know what to look for. So I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the advantage this time. Not only will you see the second one go, but you'll hear it go as well. Leaving just 1 coin. The last coin, the most difficult coin, and the most impressive. Watch the last coin. All we do is squeeze. We do is wave. Wait, sorry. Like I said, it's the most difficult. There it is. That's 1. That's 2. And that's all 3 coins. And that is S1lv3rDR3M. All right, so there it is, S1lv3rDR3M. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, that looked incredibly hard. Well, it is, okay? Let me be honest with you, though. I guarantee you, I make this promise to you, that by the end of this DVD, if you sit with me and we go through everything that I'm going to go through, and you're diligent and you actually work on this, I guarantee you, you will be able to do this routine just the way I've done it, and maybe even better. There's so many things that's combined within Silver Dream. It's not just a coin trick, but it's a routine. It's an effect that's evolved over years and years and years. I'm going to take you through every single step. I don't want you to be overwhelmed, but you're going to be. And the point is that you're supposed to be. This is not something you're just going to be able to do right off the bat, okay? You're going to have to take practice. It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. You're going to have to put your heart and soul into this routine to make it look really good. But I guarantee you, by the time we're done with this, you'll be able to do Silver Dream. I promise you. I don't want you to look at this routine right now as one whole trick, okay? The way I want you to look at this is we're on a journey. You and I are going to take a journey together. And in this journey, we're going to be stopping at different places and different points, but our final destination is the whole routine of Silver Dream. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to break it down into steps. In fact, baby steps. Steps so small, so nuanced, that I'm going to show you every detail about this routine, why I came up with it, how I came up with it, each vanish, the psychology behind each vanish, and all the things in between. This is how I've taught people, and this is how you're going to learn it. Because this is really the only way to learn any kind of magic, is taking it in steps, breaking it down into things that you can comprehend, not getting so overwhelmed. So let's get started on this first stop of our destination of Silver Dream. Alright, so let's learn how to sleeve. I learned how to sleeve out of J.B. Bobo's Modern Coin Magic by a gentleman by the name of Dr. E.M. Bounds. Dr. Bounds was, in my mind, one of the best sleevers I've ever seen, at least in print. And so I learned from that. So I take a lot of my understanding of sleeving from that one section of the book. However, I've changed it to make it a little bit more visual and less hand movement, because the problem with sleeving sometimes is there's a lot of hand motion. It's that wrist thing here, okay? That's what's going to really hurt you. It's this thing here. And what I mean is this, and we'll get into the retention vanish in a second, but if I were to sleeve this coin the regular way, it would look like this. And it's sleeved. Now, the problem with that is that there's absolutely no reason to do this at all, okay? I wanted to make sure that the magic happened right here at this point. There's like a little square right here, and that's where the magic happens. So in my mind, you should never have to come out of this square to do anything. If you're really going to take the coin, you're already going to sleeve it. It's going to disappear just like that, and it's going to be gone. Dr. Ian Bounds says to do it this way. You're going to hold the coin between your forefinger and thumb, okay? And what's going to happen is you are going to pretty much snap that coin without the thumb into the sleeve with the two middle finger and the ring finger. Okay, so it's going to go in like that. That's the move. Okay. Now here's what I've done. A little bit different. Instead of pushing, you're going to take your thumb and your forefinger, and as soon as you start to like snap your fingers like that, look what happens. The middle finger starts to rotate that coin, so now it's almost lying flat against the bottom edge of the thumb. So what's going to happen, instead of going like this, the middle finger and the ring finger is going to allow that coin to fall off the thumb, at the same time snapping, and that coin's going to be allowed to go in there without ever coming near the sleeve whatsoever. So it's going to look just like that. Notice the distance. I'm only at the edge of the thumb. I'm no longer near my sleeve. Okay, that's very important for this vanish in Silver Dream. And that really matters whether you're sleeving coins or pins. It doesn't really matter. Same thing. You want to keep as much distance as possible between the forefinger and the sleeve. So when I'm sleeving pins, that forefinger is just going to kick that pin inside. Whatever you can find to sleeve, go around sleeving. That's the best way to do it. That's what I did. Just go around, find things in the house, little things, small things, coins, pens, bobby pins, candy, doesn't matter what it is, and just start sleeving those puppies. And that's the best way to learn how to sleeve. Just start doing it, okay? You don't want to be intimidated by sleeving. It's not your enemy, it's your friend. A lot of people get away from sleeving because they think they're going to get caught. They think that they don't know what they're going to be able to do if they do get caught. And I'll guarantee you, you will drop the coin a few times. You will drop the coin a few times. Put that on your refrigerator. It's going to happen. But don't worry, because the more consistency you get, the more you're going to hit your sleeve, and the more times you're going to get accuracy, 100% every time. Okay? So that's the basic idea behind Silver Dream, is this sleeving move, especially for the first vanish. Now for the retention vanish. All right, and the best way to learn the retention vanish is from Bobo's book as well, but we're going to go over it because I've changed it a little bit to fit this style of magic that I do. So now what you're going to do, you're going to take the coin, and a normal retention vanish would look like this. Okay, that's a normal retention vanish, kind of a crude one, but that's about the way it would look. Okay, now the problem with that is that there's this trigger motion with these fingers. Watch without the fingers closing. As I come over, notice what happens. The middle finger, the ring finger, and the forefinger all curl in and hide it. Okay? Now these fingers can't be moved or anything at this point. So what I've done is something a little bit different. Instead of doing your regular retention vanish, I'll place the coin in the hand like this, and now I can control my fingers a few times, a little bit like this, which is a nice subtlety because I can do some nice little, shows, if you will, or gestures. So watch the first way again, and watch the way for Silver Dream. Notice the retention of vision at this moment here. My thumb, as it comes over, it's going to kind of just touch the edge of that coin. As soon as it touches, that's when I come over. And here's what's going to happen. Before the hands close, as soon as the hand starts to close like this, the middle finger and the forefinger come over, and the coin is allowed to rotate, so now it's clipped in between the middle finger and the forefinger. Just like that. One more time. Just like that. What this allows you to do at this point, once the fingers start to close, now notice when I close my fingers as soon as this pinky finger touches the other pinky finger. So as this comes up, as soon as it touches it, that's when I do the move, and that's when I pull away. Okay? One more time, and pull away. This allows you, one, to be able to show your hand's completely empty by pointing, but it also allows you to sleeve this coin at this point. Let me give you an example. If you were to just do a simple retention vanish at this point, just a regular retention vanish as it's taught, look where the coin ends up. It ends up in a finger palm position. The only way to get this coin in my sleeve at this point is if I have to reposition everything and then fling it in. But with this retention, with the variation that I'm showing you, watch how simple this is. As I close and come away, notice, look, all I have to do at this point is just snap my fingers and it goes in. I don't have to reposition my fingers. I don't have to do anything with my hands. It's almost an automatic. And it goes right in. When you get it done and you get it down, it looks like it's just one simple thing. You put the coin in the hand and it disappears. But it's a two-step process. First, work on the retention vanish. And what I would suggest you do is just go around your house, take a coin, just do this with a coin, back and forth. So from here to there, from here to there. Just get this motion down, okay, from the front. That's what you want. Then put that together with the retention and do that a couple times. Go around, show your friends, show the retention vanish. And that's important, right there. Okay. Now, the second step is the sleeving. So once you've done the retention, then go into the sleeving. Okay? So it's a two-step. It's 1, 2. 1, 2. This is what the first vanish should look like, with the retention and the sleeve at the same time. Take the coin, place it in the hand, and it's gone. Now, by itself, that's pretty impressive. However, it doesn't really make sense to just vanish one coin, so now we're going to go into the second vanish of Silver Dream. The first coin is already in the right sleeve. By the way, I'm right-handed, so you're going to have to switch everything around. If you're left-handed, I'm sorry. There's support groups for people like you. The way the second vanish works is like this. And I credit this, I was talking to Dan Watkins, and he thinks that Bob Fitch and also Paul Gertner has some stuff like this in his books Still in Silver, as well as Shuto Gawa and a couple, and Derek Dingle also in Dingle's Deceptions has a beautiful a bounce change where you're passing the coins back and forth and they change. I'm going to use this as a vanish. I'm going to explain where I came up, where I saw this idea from. I was watching Homer Leewog one time, and Homer took a coin like this, and he was passing it back and forth like so, and out of nowhere, the coin disappeared. And it absolutely blew me away. And I came up with ideas of how it could possibly be done. And then, when I was working on Silver Dream, I wanted to make this second vanish very realistic and very powerful. I wanted them to see the coin vanish at the moment I say it's gone. Okay. So, now with Homer's, what it was, at least the way that I thought it was, I don't know exactly what his correct version was, but as I'm tossing the coin back and forth, notice it looks like I'm dribbling a basketball. This is commonly known as the basketball vanish. Okay. Now, with what I thought Homer was doing, at least what I came up with, is on like the third or fourth time, as I toss back, it looks like I tossed that coin back into the left hand. What I'm really doing is retaining it with the right thumb as I come over, and in the same motion, I'm going to throw that coin into the left sleeve, like that, just a quick jolt as I continue on, and it looks like the coin disappears. But what I wanted to do with Silver Dream, I wanted to make that second vanish as powerful as that vanish. So if you put two coins together and you do the exact same thing, it looks like this. I'm going to show you the move, then I'll show you the pattern that justifies the move. As you're tossing back and forth, on the third time or fourth time, your right thumb is going to retain the top coin. As you start to turn, you allow that one coin that's not being held to fall into the left hand. In the same motion, you're going to turn, it's just going to switch. Everything's going to mirror each other. As you turn this way, this thumb is going to contact the left-hand coin. As the right hand propels the right coin into the left sleeve. At the same time, the left hand drops and continues on to show that the coin has disappeared. So the two coins, back and forth, hold back one, drop one, hold back the opposite one, throw the coin into the sleeve, drop the coin from the left hand, and continue on. All right, a little bit faster. First coin's vanished. Throw, drop, throw into the sleeve. Happens in one motion. It's very quick. Okay, speed is the most important thing for this vanish. Now, if you were to just do this vanish in front of somebody and say, watch the coins, it's impressive enough that the coin disappears. Okay, that's impressive. However, I don't want you to just rely on having them burn your hands. Okay, you're going to put this together with a turning motion. Okay, so it's in this turning motion that the coin apparently just dissolves away, and it looks like it does dissolve. You show the two coins, you've just thrown them up in the air. You say, you know, I know you didn't know what to look for, and it's not really fair to you. I had the advantage over you, unfortunately. But not only will you hear the coins go, now notice what I'm doing. I'm saying, will you hear the coins go, and I'm giving this audible sound. But you'll see it, now this is important. I'm looking at the coins. Not only will you hear them go, now two things are going to happen at once. I'm going to do the move, and I'm going to turn while I do the move, but I'm going to look back up into their eyes when I say, but you'll also see it go as well. Okay? Back and forth. Not only will you hear it go, notice that my body is pointed towards the left. Not only will you hear it go, I do the move, I drop. Now it's as I turn this way, notice my hand is in perfect, a linear line right with their eyes, okay? This gives a safe passage to the coin as it goes into the sleeve, as it drops and continues on, and I look up at them. As soon as the move is done, I say, but you'll see it go as well. Here's why you do it this way. Because if you want the audience to look at something that you're holding, you look at that object as well. So as I'm looking at these, they're going to be looking at them. They're staring at them just like I am. So not only will you hear it go, and as soon as I look up at them and I say, see it go, every single time they look up at you. And it's at that moment they look up at you that the move is already done and the coin has disappeared already. They've just seen one coin disappear completely. The reason this is such a powerful vanish, if you look right here, remember I was telling you about that little square, that box in the beginning? If you look right here, it looks as if that coin disappears right within this box. It never goes near the sleeve. Nothing ever happens. They never see any, hanky-panky, if you will. There's nothing to see because everything's right here as the coin disappears. It's fast. It's visual. Hopefully, we'll do it up to speed. It should look like this. 2 coins. Not really fair. You didn't know what to look for. I had the advantage over you. I tell you what, not only will you hear the coins go, but you'll actually see it go as well. And look back down. And there it is. 1 coin gone. Now, practicing this move, you should break it down into probably about 3 steps, I would say. With each one of these 3 steps, it's important that, just like riding a bicycle, you want to put one foot in front of the other. You want to step on one pedal, the other pedal moves, and it just keeps rotating and rotating. You want to make sure that each step is done by itself, solitary, okay? In other words, don't try to put this all together at one time, okay? It's going to confuse you. You might be intimidated by it, okay? The last thing I want you to do is be scared of this trick. It's a real fun trick to do, but it is going to take some work. It's going to take some practice, and that's important. As anything in magic that's good and that's solid, it's going to take some work. If you put the time into this, it will pay off in major benefits, okay? So you're tossing the coins back and forth. Here's the first step. All I want you to do for the first step is retain the first coin, okay? Just practice this. Like this. Just holding back 1 coin. Practice that until you got it down. Don't move to the second step until you got the first step down. You're comfortable with this. You can take the coins and you can do that pretty smoothly. That's the first step, okay? Breaking it down. After you've done the hold, you're holding 1 coin back, here's the second step. The left hand is going to rotate this way, okay? Clockwise. As it kind of grasps that coin with the 2 fingers, the middle finger and the ring finger, as it comes over in like a Ramsey subtlety, okay? As this hand comes this way. You're just holding that coin just in the finger palm, like that. Okay? So first step's hold back. Second step is hold and revolve. Hold and revolve. That's the second step. Okay? Don't move to the third step until you got the second step. Practice the second step until you can do it pretty comfortably. Coin does not fall out. There's no jerky motions. It's just a very quick, smooth, fluid move. Okay? So you've done with your second step. Okay, now here's the third step. The third step is you're now going to sleeve this coin into the left sleeve. So here's the first step. Turn and hold. The second step, hold and revolve. The third step, notice what's happened here. I've got the coin in Ramsey's subtlety, a finger palm position here. Here's the third step. Watch my hand. This is all it's going to do. It's going to jolt like that. What's going to happen, it's going to propel this coin into the sleeve. Now the third step has one subcategory to it, okay? There's one other thing that you do in the third step, but it happens at the same time. As soon as you jolt, the left fingers release the coin it's holding and lets it fall into the right fingers. Jolt, drop. Okay, that's the third step. First step, turn, hold back one coin. Second step, grip the coin in finger palm, turn, hold the coin. Third step, jolt, drop the coin, continue on. All right, also on this second vanish, this is important. You're going to feel overwhelmed immediately. And you know what? It's okay. You're supposed to. All right? It's going to happen. That's what's going to happen to you. Your mind is looking at this as one thing. You're doing one thing. All these moves is one thing. But you can't look at it that way. You've got to look at it in different steps. You've got to break it down because that's the only way that this is going to come naturally to you. I'm going to give you an example. When you are doing the first move for this, okay, this drop and hold back, keep doing this until it's second nature to you. Keep doing it until it becomes part of you. Repetitive, sitting at a table, you're reading a book, you're watching television, you're not driving, don't worry about that. You're talking to people on the phone. Just keep doing it until it becomes absolutely second nature to you. Do not move on to the second or third step until this becomes part of you. What's going to happen if you do that, what the advice I just gave you for each step, eventually what's going to happen, your body is going to take over. Your memory is going to kick in because it's been so repetitive to you that it will become absolute. You will be able to do this in your sleep. That's when you know you're ready to do this move. All right? When you're ready to do this vanish. It's just like in singing and also in music, especially instruments. There's a joke, when are you ready to do a song? When are you ready to play in front of an audience? Well, it's when you hate the song so much that you know you're ready to play. In other words, the point is, it's when you have done this so much in front of a mirror and by yourself with people around you, whatever, that you don't want to do it anymore, okay? That it's part of you now. You're now ready to do this vanish, okay? So break it up into steps, go slow, work on it, get repetitive. Don't rush this, okay? The last thing you want to do is rush this. I guarantee you if you rush this, it is not going to look good. You're going to be throwing coins around and you're going to drop coins left and right, okay? To minimize that, learn each step one at a time. Practice each step one at a time. And that way, as you go back and you actually do this whole thing together, the more you do it with experience, the more knowledge you have behind it, you're going to have a more fluid move. And it's not even going to look like a move. It's just going to look like you toss two coins back and forth and one disappears. And that's exactly how it's supposed to look. Once you get to that point, then you're ready to perform it. You're now in a beautiful position. If you notice, I've structured this routine that your hands are completely empty every single time a coin vanishes. There's no holding coins out. There's no thumb palms or finger palms holding coins while trying to do another vanish. That's one of the things I want to get away from with this routine. I wanted each single vanish to be powerful and magical, and you could show your hands empty every single time. With Silver Dream you can do that, which is really cool. Now for the third coin. Now the third coin, you will notice that I am wearing a jacket, of course. For this routine, you have to have this breast pocket up here. Now what I've done is I've actually kind of, I don't know if you want to say gimmicked it, but I've kind of made it a little bit easier on myself. I'll place like a silk or a tissue paper, a napkin, wad it up in a ball, and I'll put that halfway down. And here's the reason why. If I go and vanish this coin into this pocket, which we're going to do in a second, I want you to watch right here, okay? Right at the bottom there. Watch. Okay? Now, not only can you hear that, but you can see a little indentation there. And it looks like something's falling down. And if I go to vanish that coin and I wave, they see this indentation get bigger. But if you put like a silk or a tissue paper right about there, halfway down, not all the way down, but halfway, and you do the same thing, it's going to hit that tissue paper. Okay? And it's not going to go all the way down. It's just going to hit the tissue paper, and you don't hear a thing. Now you're going to do a Himber vanish. Okay? And here's how the Himber vanish works. It's like the retention vanish, but a little different. So instead of going like this with the retention, you're going to turn the hand this way. Notice that the coin is just ready to fall off my thumb and forefinger. Okay? In the midst of closing my hand, notice that I don't close it all the way so you can't see the coin, but I close it just enough so you can still see the coin. What I'm doing is I'm bringing my pinky out right to the edge of the hand, almost. This is behind the fingers. As the thumb drops, look how it falls here. It falls right on the edge of that pinky finger. What this will allow me to do is I come inward, the ring finger and the pinky finger grab that coin as my hand comes away. As the hand comes away. Okay? It's a perfect illusion of that coin going right inside the hand. Notice my forefinger and my thumb are still outwards, and then even my middle finger is still a little bit out, but not too much. Okay? And it disappears. Now, if you just do the Himber vanish at this point and stop, you're kind of left dirty. So what you're going to do, you're going to do the Himber vanish, the coin's going to come in, hand closes. Watch what I do. As I come up to wave my hand over the other hand, watch what happens. This hand comes up towards the pocket. It's going to just come right over the pocket as it drops the coin and continues on as it waves over the other hand. As soon as this coin is dropped, the fingers extend to show that there's nothing in that hand. Once again, you're not proving there's anything in the hand, you're just doing it. So there it is from here, waves. You don't even like put it near it like that. It just comes up over it, and as the hand comes back down, that's when you drop the coin into the pocket. It's already dropped, as the fingers extend and wave over the hand. This should be practiced in 2 steps as well. Practice this first for the Himber vanish. Just practice doing this. Just let it fall in your hand. Notice there's a consistency there. It falls right on my pinky every single time. Right to the edge. That's the first step. Here's the second step. As soon as it falls, bring the pinky in and the forefinger and pull back. Falls, brings in. Falls, brings in. And sometimes it'll happen. Sometimes it'll come all the way. Notice it's just right at the tip. That's fine too. If the ring finger pushes down on the coin, as it comes in, it can clip it as well. All right? So those are the 2 steps for the Himber vanish. And then just put it all together with the hands closing at the same time. It's a beautiful vanish, very disarming. It looks like the coin went right into the hand. It gets a nice retention of vision. They see the coin. They even see it through your fingers sometimes, which gives a nice illusion of that coin really going inside. So 3 steps. Drop 1 to the pinky. There we go. Drop 1 to the pinky. 2's pull back. 3's comes up and waves. Now for the 3rd coin, you're going to give an audible illusion that's really going to sell the fact that you have this coin. You want to look at the coin and say, look, I tell you what, we'll do this. A little slidini thing. You don't really have anything, of course, and you're just kind of looking. Your thumb is behind. You're really examining it. Say, we'll make it disappear. Oh, wait, I know what we'll do. I act like I grab the coin in the middle of my palm. I don't have anything. I just act like I grab it, and I bring it up. Notice I just kind of slide my fingers this way. Okay? Just gives a nice illusion that you really have that coin. Now, what's going to happen? The thumb of your right nail here is going to contact the middle finger of your left hand. And here's what happens just behind. You're just going to flick like that. But with the fingers closed, Looks like you've just broken that coin in half. It's a beautiful illusion. It really looks like that coin snapped in half, and it sounds like it too. So at this point, the coin hasn't vanished, but now you've broken it. Two pieces supposedly are held like this, you say, but if I take the pieces together, as soon as I touch them, they dissolve into nothingness. You say, and that's 3 coins. Up to speed, looks like this. 1 coin left to go. Last coin. Watch it closely. Don't take your eyes off of it. Oh, it's not gone yet. Sorry. Here we go. That's 1. That's 2. All 3 coins gone. Alright, so let's say, for instance, you don't have a jacket with a top pocket. Shame on you. How dare you. That's okay. You can still do Silver Dream. You're going to change it a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit more technically challenging, but it will work. It's going to be a little bit more practice, okay? Everything stays the same except for the last vanish, okay? Retention sleeve, gesture, wave, show 2 coins, second coin, sleeve, drop. Here's where it gets challenging. Notice what I just did. I lifted my hand up and I pointed. I said the last coin's the most challenging. What I've done is I've allowed that coin to fall back towards my elbow. And I want that coin to be as close to my elbow as possible. Now there's a reason for this, because I'm going to muscle pass this coin into my sleeve. But here's the problem. I don't want this coin to talk to this coin. No, not AT&T, long distance. I don't want it to click against the coin, okay? So what I'm going to do, as I gesture up, the coin falls back down. That gives me enough room now, without being Superman, I'm going to muscle pass from my hand into the sleeve. And here's how we do it. Same vanish, but this time instead of doing the first vanish as a clip, you're going to come over and you immediately push that coin into classic palm position. Immediately. It's instantaneous. Okay. And it's in classic palm position. I now am going to do 2 things. I'm going to turn the left hand over, and I'm going to muscle pass this coin into the sleeve as I drop the supposed coin, as I come back up and finish with the clip. Once again, third vanish, retention, muscle pass, turn over, drop, come over, click, show it's gone. Now at this point you're really dirty, because instead of having the coin in your breast pocket, you got it over here. So at this point here, here's what you want to do. This hand comes up here. As this hand drops to the side, this is your cleanup. You're going to take a bow, and this is your audience applause cue. Okay? Get your applauses. It's important. So your hand goes here, your hand drops to your side, which is going to allow that coin to fall out of the sleeve. As you come forward, bow like this. As soon as they start clapping, drop this hand, and the coins are going to click together. But because of the applause, they're not going to hear those 2 coins. Okay? So those 2 coins are going to be in your sleeve. Now, unfortunately, this is the drawback to not having the breast pocket. But you can still do it. So as the hand comes here, take your bow. Thank you very much. That's going to give them their cue to applaud. As soon as they start applauding, as soon as you hear noise, the hand drops to the side. The 2 coins are going to fall next to each other, and you're going to grab them into a finger palm position like that. Now to clean up, let's say you're doing this in the middle of your routine. Yeah, we're looking for a deck of cards or something. Both hands go into the pocket. You secretly and quietly drop the coins as you come out with your other hand with the deck of cards, or whatever you're going to do for your next routine. Here's the psychology behind the first vanish. This is why it works. This is why I put it together this way. This is kind of interesting because the very first vanish sets up the entire routine. So I wanted to make the first vanish more powerful, per se, than the other 2 vanishes. Not to say that those other 2 can't stand alone, because they can. But the first vanish is going to be a precursor to the whole routine. As you go to retention vanish this coin, and as soon as you sleeve it, the moment you sleeve it, The hand comes up. Notice the wrist doesn't turn up, but the hand comes up and points like this. Now there's a reason why I did this. There's two reasons. One, I wanted to fool the pants off my fellow magician brothers, because what I'm doing is commonly known as a Ramsey subtlety. A Ramsey subtlety is where you have one coin in a finger palm position, but as the hand is tilted towards you, the entire palm looks completely empty. Notice that I'm really kind of keeping my hand, my forefinger and thumb kind of tight. I want people to believe I kind of have something in my hand and I'm kind of hiding it from them at this point. So I'm building this routine on the basis of maybe I'm not really doing what I say I'm doing. But in the end, you actually see, wait a second, he's totally blown us away because it's gone completely. And so notice this. I point and I don't say, watch closely, my hand is empty. I say, watch the first coin. You don't need to tell people your hand is empty. You're not trying to prove your hand is empty. The fact that you're showing your hand in this gesture shows them that your hand is empty. Now it's at this moment that every magician that's seen me do this, and some laymen, are immediately suspecting this hand to have that coin in it. Here is the psychology behind the second vanish. You're going to take the two coins and you're going to put them mirror side each other. Notice what happens. I don't open my hands and say, look, 2 coins. I have both hands doing the exact same thing. As I come over, I've waved, gone. They think there's something in this hand. I grab the coin over here with the left hand. Watch what I do. I allow the coins to naturally fall to the fingertips. I immediately flip them up in the air and say, just 2 coins left. Now what does this do? Well, one, if you're performing for magicians, and that's okay if you are because this will fool magicians, trust me. If they think you're using any kind of gimmicks whatsoever, a flipper, a shell, doesn't matter. If they think you're using this little gesture will immediately totally take them off of that track. They will not believe that you're using a gimmick at that point. We have a common theme in magic. It's bringing someone down the garden path of roses and then at the end turning the hoses on them. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're taking them down this garden path. You see 2 coins. There must be a coin over here. You flip it up and only 2 coins. At this moment, as soon as I go like this, I push the 2 coins forward and I say just 2 coins. My hand's completely shown empty. Here's the psychology behind the third vanish. I wanted a vanish to where it looks like I'm really, really dirty, but then at the end, they really can't tell what happened. They might believe there's something in my hand, but then when my hand's completely shown empty and they hear this click, see, the magic happens at the click, and we'll get into that. But as the coin comes over and you Hember vanish the coin, notice that your hand is dirty at this point. You really do have a coin in your hand. So as you come up here, now remember the reason that you're coming up, here's the justification. Because you want to make a magical gesture over your hand. Now as I come up and wave, I'm going to drop this coin into the pocket. So we Hember vanish, we come up. Now notice what I do. I don't immediately show my hand empty. I don't come over and then show my hand empty. But I let my fingers spread. As soon as it drops into the pocket, let my fingers spread as I wave it over. And I curl my fingers in just a little bit, just like that. And I make the same Ramsey gesture. Oh wait, it hasn't happened yet. So even if maybe it's possible he could be holding a coin out, we don't know for sure. I want to give them that thought process. You know, maybe he's doing it, maybe he's not, don't really know. Comes over, oh, it's not gone yet. Then I come over, say, watch, act like I grab the coin. Okay, this is important. This is a Slidini subtlety. If you really believe that you have something in your hand, your audience will believe it too. They really will. A nice little subtlety at this point, just take your thumb, just move it across your fingers like that, and it'll look like you're just moving it across that coin. So as you come up and say, watch, like that, so just come over. Now as the thumb and the ring finger nails hit each other, the psychology at this point is, okay, there's something definitely in his hand, and I think it's the coin, but he just broke it in half. Now in their mind, how in the world could a coin just be broken in half? So as soon as I go like that, I immediately go, that's 1, and that's 2. Now you'll notice something about these vanishes. You see, when I was coming up with this routine, saw other people do their routines and stuff, I noticed that when people would vanish coins, they would always have some kind of a natural gesture that they were doing. So they'd vanish a coin and they would just kind of go like this, kind of keep their hands at this point. With this last vanish, I wanted everything to be right here at this point. So even if I had something in my hands, there's no way I could get rid of it without them knowing. So this last vanish, even though it sounds impossible to break a coin in half, that last vanish is one of the most powerful ones because they hear the coin broken and then they see the two halves completely go just like that. I'll tell you what we'll do. Watch. I'll do this as slow as I can so the camera can see. Watch. Yes, yes. Money out of money. Hold on to that. Very good. We'll use these 3 coins. Don't take your eyes off the coins. Watch. If I take the first coin, I place it into my hand, and I wave the other 2 over, I squeeze. Just for a second, it almost looks like that coin begins to dissolve, leaving just 2 coins. Yes? Yeah, watch. We'll do it again. What's a magic word you know? Anyone at all?
Alakazam!
Alakazam. Watch. Alakazam. The second one goes just like that. Do you have any idea where they go?
Into your pocket.
Into my pockets, that's what you think. A lot of people think it's in the pockets, but it's not. I'll show you how it happens. Watch, hold out your hand for me. I'll do this real slow. I'll pull my sleeves up. How about that? What's the magic word you know? Anyone at all?
Yarratizdo.
What is it?
Yarratizdo.
That's all it takes. That's all coins gone, just like that. All 3 gone.
Whoa! Just smoked it out like that.
Isn't that crazy? You're probably wondering where they all go. It's real simple. Just go like this. Throw it at me. Just throw it. Perfect. There's 1. That's 1. No, wait, that's 1. Hold on, listen. Come here. Look. Right here. Let the camera see. That's 2. That's 2. 2 coins, just 2. So there's 1. There's 2. Oh, wait, no. There's a 3rd. So wait, hold on. How many is there all together?
That's 3.
No, that's none. I have no. That's none. Here's how it's done. As I promised, a gimmick version for all you guys out there who don't like sleight of hand that much. It's a shell. It's a coin shell. A coin shell is a coin that's been hollowed out. It's regular on the front, but hollowed out on the back, has edges and everything, but fits snugly over 1 coin. But it allows you a show anytime you want of 2 coins, okay? So you're going to be utilizing this in the routine. You have 2 regular coins and 1 shell. The way you start this routine, the first coin goes on top, which is a regular coin. The second coin, which is the shell, goes on top of that, and the 3rd coin goes on top of that. From the back, it looks like this, okay? If I were to take my thumb and move this coin down into the shell, it looks like it's gone. It disappears. From all angles, it looks like just 2 coins. The basic move here is this. That's for the first vanish. So let's get into that. So you're going to retention vanish the bottommost coin into your left hand. I refer you back to the original Silver Dream for this retention vanish. As you come up, coin is clipped, as you come up to grab supposedly these 2 coins, the thumb is going to pull the top coin down into the shell. As this hand comes up, the thumb and the forefinger switches positions and grabs the 2 coins as it waves it over the supposed 1 coin in your hand. Okay? Shell's in the middle, 2 regular coins on top and bottom. Retention, come up, coin goes in the shell, grabs the 2 coins and waves. Now the most important thing at this point is you'll notice the noise here. Listen to the noise. Okay? Hear that kind of clicking sound? But I found if you were to really do this, okay? If you were to really do, I'll just use the shell this time. If I really were to place the coin in my hand and come up, there is a sound. There's just a little clicking sound as you come over and squeeze. So that noise is not going to throw your audience off. Oh, you're using a gimmick, okay? Retention, it just sounds like the coins just slide against each other. You got a clean show here of 2 coins. Go like this, wave, build, 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 it disappears. Say 2 coins, watch the second coin. Now you're just going to do the retention vanish with the shell and the coin at the same time. Same retention vanish as before. Got it clipped, okay? Retention, come up here, grab the coin, wave it over, show it's gone, okay? As soon as I show it's gone, I turn my hand inward like this. Now I can show both hands empty. And all I'm doing there, come up, wave, show it's gone. I let the coin and the shell slide right down and hits my pinky as I bring it into a Ramsey and I show my hands. So one more time. Say 2 coins, retention, grab, show it on. Okay? As soon as I show it's gone, I turn my hand inward like this. Now I can show both hands empty. And all I'm doing there, come up, wave, show it's gone. I let the coin and the shell slide right down and hits my pinky as I bring it into a Ramsey and I show my hands. So one more time. Say 2 coins, retention, grab, show it's gone, Ramsey. Now this last vanish is the hardest vanish in this whole routine. It's called the Himber vanish. It's going to look like you take your coin, place it into your hand, and it goes. Hand here, as you start to close, and it doesn't even touch that coin to make a sound. One more time. Drop, close. You'll notice one thing about this. With this version, you cannot show your hands empty at the end. It's impossible. But what you can do is this. After you've done the last vanish, place it in your hand. You drop your, if you're standing, just drop your hand to your side casually. Show the coin gone. And that's it. If you're sitting down, it's even better. Bring your hand to your knee like this. Show the coin gone. And gesture with your hand and say that's it. That's all 3 coins. The way to clean up is you're going to grab almost like an edge grip with your thumb as you go into your pocket and you ditch each coin separately on either side of the pocket. Okay? So one more time. Himber vanish, point, goes away, and as you go to get your cards or whatever, thumb comes over, holds on to the coin, ditches each one in different parts of the pocket. Alright guys, what'd you think? That's Silver Dream. Every single vanish is clean. Every single vanish is complete. And it all builds and flows into one solid routine. This has been a trick that has paid my electric bill many, many times over, which my wife is very happy about that. I want you to get the same reactions, if not better, that I get on my own performances for Silver Dream. So until next time, take care. I'll see you later.